Welcome back to Neighborhood Politics. Thank you for watching. We just ask that you please just comment, subscribe, share, like.
As always. I
want to start off by saying happy holidays.
For sure. Happy holidays.
Yes. And we're here with Big Dog Q.
Yes, sir.
And then we're here with Big Ya.
Yeah, Big Ya.
So we just coming back to y'all with another episode. This one is a little bit different, but it's definitely a conversation that we're willing to have. Don't forget to comment whatever it is that's on your mind. Share whatever. Let's make it a conversation.
Right. I'm excited, man. It's been 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. We're gonna try to keep these episodes coming frequently or consistently. At least every 2 weeks on these Sundays, man. So let's get straight into it. So today we're gonna talk about financial responsibility. I thought about it a little bit, and at first, I was leaning, okay, how can I? I talked to a few cats, I talked to a few people that I'm cool with. I'm like, man, what can I do about financial literacy and whatnot? I'm like, nah, I really don't want to go to financial literacy, right? I'd rather call it financial responsibility, because I feel like that's something that the responsibility of just handling our finances right now has became what I feel like an issue in our community, in our era, in our generation, which is now trickling down to the younger generation, and which in return is what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure we can get our younger generation educated to be better, So disclaimer, I do want to say a disclaimer. I'm excited about this episode, but man, listen, we ain't nobody sending shots, you know what I'm saying? Please, there ain't nobody, don't be mad, don't nobody be like, oh, okay, that's pertaining to us, because people will be quick to say Q, I'm cool on Q, so no, this is a disclaimer. No, this is about our generation as a whole, the black community, you know what I'm saying? So that's the disclaimer. I don't want nobody to feel offended about nothing we talking about, man. So, with that being said, let's get into it. So, when we say financial responsibility in the black community, I'll let you go first. So what does that mean to you?
Financial responsibility.
I
guess taking care of what needs to be taken care of, prioritizing. That's like what comes to my mind when you say financial responsibility.
Prioritizing for sure. I would say that. Anything else?
Financial responsibility would be prioritizing and having a hold of your finances.
For sure.
So those are the only two things that kind of come to me when I think of financial responsibility: prioritizing and having a hold of your finances.
Right. And that's kind of where I was going. That's why I feel like it was such a big topic, because I feel like we got to air now. We in our 20s, you know what I'm saying? We in our 20s. I'm closer to my 30, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting up there, but I'm closer to my 30s. So financial responsibility means to me, like you said, prioritizing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like in our black community, learning what's about, credit, assets, liabilities, a little bit back to the other episode, being a little bit that self-love and that self-care about yourself, to where we starting to spend our money now on things that's important and not important. So like we said, that, that goes to assets, liabilities, prioritizing, etc. And I just feel like that was super important, and whatnot. So I feel like the first thing that we probably should talk about is, the importance of saving money. Because I feel like that has we've gotten away from that. Now what I feel like is more important, rather than saving money, is showing money. You know what I'm saying? I see cats every day on social media flaunting money, showing, 5 bands, maybe, 100, whatever. They just showing their money, and I just feel like that's become a huge problem, and I just feel like that's become what's cool. And I'm here to say, man, that I feel like we need to get away from that and start saving our money, start putting our money up, because as you can see, this is 2020, and from this year, COVID, you know what I'm saying? People losing their jobs.
Don't have nothing to fall back on.
Nothing to, no savings for your mortgages, your rents, your car payments, your car insurances. So on a rainy day, so I feel like, saving money is important. But I feel like I do know it's extremely hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? Whether, and that could be because of your whatever income you got coming in. The debt that you're in,
and just simply not knowing how to save,
and how to save. So a tip that I would suggest, for the people is, when it comes time to saving money, what helped me out personally was just doing it. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds cliche, but it was just like I had to learn to like, man, as soon as you touch whatever you gonna touch, put it up. You know what I'm saying? And figure out how you gonna. Well, one for me, as you know with me, I write my anything down, my bills for the month, whatever that may be. So now, as soon as I know when I get my little checks or whatnot, whatever streams of income I got coming in, I know exactly what I'm putting up. You know, they recommend, you know, putting up 30% of your check. But for me, yeah, that's what they say for the, you know, for the financially free people. That's what they say, 30%. But for me, as I always tell you, I don't. 10% is cool. 5% is cool. Just putting something, just putting something up. I just feel like that's extremely important.
And let's get this straight, y'all. When he's speaking these numbers, 30%, 5%, 10%, I don't know what that means. I am beyond that. And I know there's a lot of people out here who don't know what that means. How I look at, or one of my tips for saving is just, like I said, prioritizing. That's like a big thing to me. So when you get paid, you know how much you getting paid. So then you got to calculate what are you paying for. If you paying rent, if you paying insurance, if you paying car note, whatever you paying for, get that out the way first. So take that paycheck and say, okay, this is that, this is that, this and that. Put that away so that you can make sure that you take care of those bills, and then the extra money. Then you like, okay, say you only got like $200 left. You can put 25 up. You can put 50 up. I'm the type of person, because of how I am, I don't like being without. I'm gonna put, if I got 200 and I know I get paid again next week or whatever, I'm gonna put 100 up, because the more the better, but also you never want to fall under that pressure. Whatever you can put up, you put it up. Yeah, like I think the saving part, I don't think we so much got away from it, because we talking neighborhood politics, so we talking to people that are like just like us, that grew up in our era or whatever. Parents didn't teach us to have a savings account. Like so for me, I grew up seeing my mama live off the system, and I never seen her save. Right. So
which is big.
Which is super big, because she had 3 kids and she was a single parent, and she was doing only what she knew how to do, but she never saved. She didn't know how to do that.
For sure.
She just spent money. So growing up, I watched her, and I'm like, okay, that's not how I want to live my life. No shots to my mom. I'm just saying that's not how I want to live my life.
So it made you become a hoarder when it came to money a little bit, to where you just wanted to put it up, you know what I'm saying?
Which like whatever I get, I want to put that up, because I've had a lot of rainy days, you know, and it's gonna be many more to come. I just want to be able to support myself.
For sure.
So I just make sure that I put up something, whether it's nothing like that. I'm not a big spender in general. Like, I'm not a shopper. I'm not like, I mean, I buy new things, whatever, but it takes a lot for me to buy those things. For sure. I'm not like a girl that's just out here spending. The only thing that I don't mind spending my money on is food.
Typical, man. That's crazy, man. Shout out to my fellas, man. I gotta go through it.
Oh my God.
But so to everything that you saying, when I was thinking, you know, I was, you know, cause I just got off work myself. You know what I'm saying? Working my part-time job. So that makes, and when I'm working my part-time job, it gives me a lot of time to think. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's it gives me a lot of time to think about episodes. It gives me a lot of time to think about life, relationships. You know, it gives me a time to think, man. And so I was thinking, coming to my part-time job, what I'm thinking right now is, man, what I feel like we need to push onto the youth and tell our generation right now, and you know, that's in our 20s, is, man, quit making people feel like it's bad to work. You know what I'm saying? Quit making people feel like it's not cool to have a job. You know, a 9 to 5 job. Quit making it seem like, man, nah, I'm too cool for that, because I know it's a lot of people out there that just feel like, man, nah, I'm not working. You know what I'm saying? And that's and I'm just gonna call it how I see it. You know, it's lazy. Now, if you are a person now, because to, you know, a lot of people would say, man, well, listen, I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I ain't gonna work for nobody, which is cool. That's understanding, and I love that mindset. I want to be like that one day. But with that being said, I also watch, you know, and I read a lot. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, stuff like that. In order to be a successful entrepreneur, you got to put the work in. So being an entrepreneur and working for yourself just doesn't mean I can say, oh, I just want to work for myself because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to clock in a day. But you not waking up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. You not putting in the work that you really need to do to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that can come with anything. So I want to get pushed out. I want that to be said for sure. Like, man, quit making it seem like it ain't cool to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we coming up in the time now, because I deal with kids every day, to where I've heard kids say, like, nah, I'm cool on working. Like, and for me, it's like, dang, how did we get to that, to where it ain't cool to work? I remember I got as a kid, I didn't mind cutting grass, shoveling the snow. Shout out to my boy Trees, because we was out there in them trenches getting it in. For sure, man. But, on the Ave holding pizza signs, so we can, I didn't mind doing what I had to do to make my bread, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we need to get to, that need to be said to where it's like, man, quit making these kids, and even for our generation, that's 20 something and up, bro, y'all, listen, ain't nobody too good to work, you know what I'm saying? If you not, and this is for, if you not no felon, and if you ain't, and even with the felons, because it's ways for y'all to get jobs too, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I respect that, and I understand that struggle. But let's not make it seem like, nah, I'm cool on working. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you got to provide. I work, and I like trying to provide. I'm not going to allow the world to make it seem like, oh, it ain't cool to work.
Well, them not feeling like it's not cool to work is that instant gratification. So that social media stuff that we was talking about last time too, when you constantly seeing people like rappers is, like, you could just blow up. You could just blow up with rapping. You could just blow up by doing a TikTok. You could just blow up by doing doing sports, where you got everybody out here thinking they could be entrepreneurs, but they not really learning how to really be an entrepreneur and things of that nature. So you got this instant gratification. You got these things that people just feel like, because people not posting their struggles. They're not posting how they got to that point. They just posting, thank God I'm here. They're not posting their rainy days and stuff like that. So I feel like that's why it ain't got so far as like working is like,
it ain't the cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays the cool thing is, we ain't gonna get into it, but nowadays the cool thing is what we all know is the cool thing. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, the cool things. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's both males and females, because we ain't gonna get on this, but your girl B Simone, like a month or so ago, she said she ain't want a cat to work a 9 to 5.
She was talking about preference, baby.
Right, which is understanding. You
got offended.
I ain't get offended, but we ain't gonna. But my thing behind that is, it's cool to work a 9 to 5, both male and females, like,
as long as you got a plan. We're not saying like work a 9 to 5 your whole life. We're saying that it's okay. You got to start somewhere. Like, you're not just gonna become the boss. Like, in order for you to be the boss, you have to learn how to be a follower. Like, that's just how it is in life. You're not gonna just become a leader and not know how to.
It's about learning a lot of principles. And and I talk about my boy Treese, rest in peace to his soul. You know what I'm saying? But that's my brother. But he taught me a lot of things that I did not know he was teaching me as we was growing up. And he was the first person that told me as a kid, like, man, I love working, bro, because it brings a balance to my life. And at 14 or 15, I didn't understand what he meant. Because he was saying, like, yeah, I go to work, I go to school, I got football, and then that. My life is balanced out right now, You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But my life is balanced out. Mm-hmm. So now I really understand, like, man, listen, that's dope, but that's neither here or there. My whole thing, like my message behind that is, man, like I said, quit making it seem like to our youth specifically that we too cool to work, man. Because we in our 20s, and personally, I feel like we at a time now to where we should be working as hard as we can, to where once we get to them 30s, now we can start, vacating. I'm not saying we can't vacate now and celebrate now, but I'm saying work like a slave right now, so later on we can live like kings and queens, you know what I'm saying, when that time come, for sure. But so another thing when it comes to financial responsibility, I feel like is learning about credit, I feel like that's something.
Who taught you about credit?
I read a lot about credit, and then we talk a lot about credit, for sure. So I don't know if that, but we talk a lot about credit, for sure. And why that's important. So could you go ahead and say what you feel about credit and why it's important?
Well, credit is definitely important for a numerous amount of reasons. I remember when I was trying to get a new car, and they was like, you gotta have credit, and you gotta have a nice paying job, and you gotta. Well, it wasn't really more so a nice paying job. It was just some steady income coming in. You gotta have insurance. So I got tired of like kind of getting like turned down because I didn't have good credit. So once again, my mama, nobody in my family, nobody that I even know, like nobody ever taught me nothing about credit. I just was tired of getting turned down for a job, for a car because of credit. So I one day was just like, I made it a goal of mine. Like, I'm about to find out about credit. I'm about to learn about it. I'm about to do something because I need credit because I need a new car, right? So I go to the bank and I met a man. His name is Mr. Brooks Smith. He worked for Fifth Third, and he started teaching me about getting a secure credit card and how that money will be your money, but you build up on it and eventually start building your credit in it. And now, like, my credit is super high. I ain't trying to tell y'all my business.
Yeah, for sure, but credit is good in the black community. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely need it, and then you gotta think.
I'm sorry, but what I was saying is, because it's something we don't learn about in school, you know. So I just feel like, you know, us teaching about credit a little bit would be important, because there's people out there that really don't know the importance of credit. You know, the balance of having a little bit of money but also having decent credit.
Well, you can't do anything without credit. You can't buy a house without credit. You can't get a loan without credit. You can't get any type of credit cards without credit. Like, it's very important. It's very essential that you have it. Like, you can buy stuff outright, but it's just not smart to buy things outright, because the way that the world works is off credit. Like, you have to have credit to do a lot of the things that you want to do. Even if you, like you said, you are an entrepreneur and you want to start your own business. You can't just start your own business with no credit. Like, the credit is to show that this person is trustworthy. This person is about their business. This person make their payments, and different things of that nature. Credit is definitely important for anything that you want to do. Like, some stuff you can buy straight out, right? And you know, but a lot of stuff you need credit to even embark on any journey that you're trying to embark on, business wise and just in life when it comes to getting a house and getting a car and starting your business. So
for sure,
it's important, but we don't get taught that, and we gonna talk more about that later down the line. We have our little bro, though he knows a lot about credit,
yeah, for sure.
And we're gonna teach y'all about credit in that aspect, so tune into that. But
sure.
Credit is definitely something big that we don't learn in our community and through our parents.
It's something that I want to teach to the youth, you know, personally. And you know, like I said, I be in the classroom, and this is no knock to the school system or anything like that. You know, I'm grateful. I'm super appreciative to be in the school system. But as you know, when we was growing up, we didn't learn about it, and I see now that it's still not is what they pushing. You know what I'm saying? And now with me being in the real world, I'm understanding that. Even though I was reluctant then, you know what I'm saying, as most of us are in school. And when you like, man, I'm not gonna know what this ain't gonna pertain to my life growing up, which is true. So it's like now I be trying to do that for the
kids,
my students. Yes, for sure, teaching them about credit, man, interest rates, how credit work, a whole lot of stuff, just how credit works and how you can build it, and tips to doing that, man. So I feel like that's extremely important, especially when it comes to assets versus liabilities. That's another thing I feel like it's important and that we need to push into our generation now, man, knowing the difference between what an asset is and what a liability is, because I feel like right now we in a place to where we love liabilities, you know what I'm saying? We not really focused on getting assets. And for anyone who doesn't know what an asset is versus liability, an asset is anything that pretty much brings you in back more money. You know, an asset can be
it's valuable thing. It's
things of value. Yeah,
things of value, things that add value, things that add more into, and then also important things. That's what an asset is.
And stuff that can keep money flowing in. You know what I'm saying? And liabilities can be a range of things. You know, we got but see, the thing is with liabilities, it can go both ways. A liability can be a credit card. But if you know how to work a credit card, that can also be an asset. Yes. So I just think, I just think that for people knowing the difference between what you have now, which is an asset and which is a liability, is huge, because we had a time to where I feel like we focus so much on liabilities, which can be just making sure, the PS5, you know what I'm saying? And it's no knock to no one that bought the PS5 none, because eventually I won it. And honestly, as I said, you can turn a liability to an asset. If you a 2K player, you know how to make you some little bread off of 2K, that PS5 may have turned to an asset. So my thing is just knowing what you're doing with your money and how you spending it, being more financially responsible about your decisions when it comes to making your ends meet and how you and what not.
So a liability is
anything that's taken away from you. Okay. Anything that's not bringing in value to your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Your wealth.
Okay.
An asset is anything that is bringing in.
So asset is anything that's adding on to? And then the
pretty
liability
much
is anything that's taken away.
That's taken away. You know, whatever that may be. Which is, you know, it's big, man. It can get deep.
Yeah, I think, like you said, growing up, well, just in general, like in school, that was a big thing. Like, we learned a lot about stuff that we wasn't gonna use in the real world. I mean, I had a class that kind of talked about taxes and things of that nature, but it wasn't like put into like real life terms.
Right.
So it's kind of hard, you know, growing up when you're not knowing how to really manage money because you didn't really take a money management class, or you didn't have somebody teaching you how to manage your money. So of course you're gonna fumble sometimes.
For
and
sure.
Things gonna happen where you overspend, or either you're in so much debt that you're just trying to work your way out of it.
For sure.
The thing is to not get discouraged and to also just educate yourself. We got to get in the habit of educating ourselves and wanting it more than anybody else around us, because that's the issue. Sometimes we just think because we wasn't taught it that it's okay to live a life without knowing. And that's not right. That's not the way to be. Like I said, the whole credit thing. I didn't know anything about credit. I just knew I need credit. Right. So I started learning about credit, and now I got good credit, and I'm grateful for that because that was something that I was eager to learn. I got taught, and now I have.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? So
for sure.
like you said, saving is one of the things that we lack, or we don't have growing up. Learning about like certain things like credit and things like that, and then just simply like learning where to put our money and prioritizing. That is so big to me, prioritizing, because I feel like a lot of people are struggling right now because they do not know how to prioritize. You get all this money, you come in contact with all this money, but you're not taking care of what's important first.
For sure. I mean, I feel like we had but that's where I feel like we had a time now to where be making money to put it on social media has become more important than making money to provide it for your family. You know what I'm saying? And taking care of your business. I want to get this, you know, this 10 bands, or, you know, hit this scam, or come up off this PUA, and I want to, rather than investing or doing something with the money that's going to, you know, whatever you want to do with it, I want to just put it all on social media, you know what I'm saying?
Go to the Louis store, and go to the Gucci store, and travel here and travel there. That's why we were saying ain't no shots being thrown. That's literally just something that if the shoe fit, you just wearing it.
I just feel like we got to do better as a community, because it's like, this ain't just start today, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. This ain't start today. It's become it's become a condition that has just been transplanted, that has just been occurring, and it's gotten bad to where I feel like we at a time now to where it's like, man, listen, let's do better as a whole. Let's, you know, you just hit off this PUA, you hit off that PUA, you hit off that PUA, you hit off that PUA or whatnot, whatever we hitting off of, however we making our bread. Let's come together and put something together and make another Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Let's come together and build our own community. Like I said in the last episode, let's figure out how we can police our own neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, baby, to be totally honest, because you know I always speak from a realistic standpoint. You got to think about it. A lot of people that's coming into contact with this money is people who never had it.
I mean, yeah.
So when you ain't never had it, and you finally get it, you trying to spend on everything that you never had.
For sure.
And it's all materialistic things or things that are not of substance. Some people get this stuff and do what's right.
Right,
some
for
people
sure.
Get it and fumble it.
But some people get it that do get money and still fumble it again. But that's what I'm saying.
No, I was just saying that point.
For sure.
Where it's like when you ain't never had it, when you finally get it, you just.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's where we need to get away from as a whole, feeling obligated to. You know, I got this 50 bands. Now let me show the world that I got 50 bands. Let me go buy this fresh fit and then post it up. That's what I feel like we need to get away from. That's not what's important, you know. That's what I feel like. You know, I understand the fact of if you ain't never had it. I'm for sure. I'm happy for, you know, everybody that's getting their breads and whatever. I'm just saying we need to get to a time now to where it's cool to just be regular. Not regular. When I say regular, it's cool to be a regular individual. When I say that, meaning it's cool to get your bread and just do something with it and not feel obligated to put it up or show it or flaunt your money or whatever you may be doing, man. Handle your priorities and do the right thing, man. It was funny that how we talking about that. You know, I want to do my own little research, you know, because I see, you know, I see, like I said, I like dressing nice. I like looking nice. I always have like dressed nice and always have like looking nice, you know, tongue twister. But I ain't never been a person that's gonna go up and beyond. Listen, I'm gonna come through. Whatever that may be. Fresh white ones, Nike sweatsuit, white tee. I ain't gonna never get too good for that. You know what I'm saying? I might post that on IG or whatnot. I'm cool on the extraness. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I did some little research on, okay, what do I see out there often? What do I see that's common in our community that people like wearing? And it was funny. So I looked up. So like I said, I don't know all these stuffs. I ain't really too hip. I looked up a Yeezy Boost 350. It was a V2 cream white. So it says this at retail was selling at $220. On StockX, which is a reselling app, they're buying for $648. On GOAT, you can buy them for $655. So that's $400 and something extra dollars that the shoe is going for from retail. And you know how I feel about Yeezys. To be honest, I don't like none of them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we at a time now to where even people who own the shoe, come on, you may like them, but let's be real. Is it worth First off, is it worth $220? Then second off, is it worth anything above that? Or are we buying a Yeezy 220, Yeezy 350 V2 cream white because it's what's in? You know what I'm saying?
Just because it's what's in. I mean, but some people might like it.
For sure, it's comfortable. I tried it on. I tried. My uncle had one. Okay. I tried one. That shoe was extremely. It's a lot of Yeezys out there. But when I see, I'm like, no, bro. People is buying them, spending $200+ on them. Come on, now we can do better. Now, like I say, like we was talking about earlier.
Some people just.
If your priorities are handled, I was talking to my barber about this. Shout out to the upper room. Yup, he gets the job done. You see him, they spinning. But if your priorities are handled,
it's okay to spend.
It's okay to treat yourself.
But the issue is when your priorities.
The issue is, for me, when our priorities as a community aren't in order. Mm-hmm. When I haven't paid my bills, when I haven't took care. We ain't got kids. When I haven't took care of my kids, when I haven't took care of mom, when I haven't, when I haven't lined up my eggs in a basket, but I'm on IG fronting. You know what I'm saying?
With a whole new pair of Yeezys.
That's my issue.
That was just your car note, whatever.
It could have been something to the side to help, because like I said, if you ain't got a car, I feel like, if you ain't got a car, and this is no knock, or if you ain't handling your business, why are you buying $600 pair of shoes? And that's just how I feel. We gotta get our priorities in straight. That's just as a whole. Another one, and this is where I guess Dirk said this in one of his songs. I'm talking about the Miri jeans, and these bad boys run at $1,000+. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's crazy. It's like, dang, cats is out here buying $1,000+ jeans. Yeah, we live in life for sure. We live in life as a black community. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that nobody else is doing that, but it's like, bro, why? Like, nah, like $1,000 pair of jeans. That ain't, just because the rappers is talking about it, don't mean we need to go out there and buy.
Talk about it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then put it up on social media just to say that we got it, because now the youth thinking if I ain't got $1,000+ jeans on, I ain't fresh. You know what I'm saying? From the boys. And then the little girls is thinking, oh, I want him to have one. You know what I'm saying? It just becomes an issue that I feel like as a whole we need to get away from. Some people may not say it, but that's what this whole platform is about, just to talk the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we spending $1,000+ pair of jeans just because we done heard a rapper talk about it? You know what I'm saying?
And once again, like he said, guys, this is literally just talking about prioritizing. It's not talking about if you just like nice things and you can afford them. So be it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can afford a lot of stuff. I know for him and I know for me, we can afford so much. But that's what I admire about us in general. We're not materialistic, and we not those kind of people that just like feel like we need to keep up with the latest. We like what we like, and we buy what we want to buy whenever we want to buy it. So it's not about, if you a person that can afford it, that's perfectly fine. We're just talking about the people that can't afford it, and that's not prioritizing their money, and that's the issue within the black community as to why we're not keeping wealth. You know what I'm saying? We just going off of and now we getting to a point where it's just getting out of control.
Right.
You never want to get caught up in what other people is saying, other people is doing, or, you know, trying to keep up with the latest thing, because if you don't have it like that, you will be stuck struggling, and you're trying to figure out why you're not where you need to be. You're not where you need to be because you're not spending, and you're not spending what you need to be spending, and you're not prioritizing the right way. So I get what you're saying, because those jeans, I would never buy them.
Oh, for sure. And I
For
mean,
you, I'm just letting you know.
I don't want them. I don't. They not even. I looked them up.
I love you.
I'm cool. I don't need them.
If I'm gonna just spend it on a pair of jeans.
I don't want them. I looked them up. They ain't even their regular jeans. I'm cool. Like I said, give me a Nike suit. I'm thugging it. You know, I'm cool. I'm straight. Another one that I looked up. You know, I don't know if I don't see cats wearing these too often. I don't know, but they was hot. The Ethica boxers.
Okay. My nephew got some of those.
Yeah, but so what it looks like, I don't know if I've never bought a pair, but it looks like, I don't know if you can buy them as a whole or whatnot, but they are $25 each
a piece.
Yeah, and what I feel like with them, okay, that's cool. $25 with people, that ain't nothing. But my thing is, once again, are we buying them because we really like them? Are we buying them? Yeah, they might be comfortable, or are we buying them because it's a trend right now? And that's where I say I'm not here. This platform is not to say anybody is right or wrong for anything that they doing.
Like, right?
My whole thing is, as a black community, as a whole, as our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Let's get away from doing things because social media has created a platform, and that's what we have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's get away from buying things because such and such bought them, and now I need to buy them too, or I'm not as fresh as them, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's matter of fact, let's get away from buying an outfit knowing that with this outfit I'm gonna put this picture up on social media. You know, let's get away from that as a whole. I feel like that's huge because it's like it ain't.
Well, it's deep, baby, because I'm sorry to cut you off. We looking at these things and feeling like they're defining us. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, and that's the biggest issue, is because we letting what we wear and what we buy define who we are on the outside, when we got so many things internally.
But that's where it goes back. Right. But that's where it goes back to, like I said, the other episode of self-love and self-care. To what you just said, we got to get away from feeling like, okay, this stuff right here is it. I feel good. This is my self-love. This is how I care about ourselves. Nah, I woke up today. I prayed. I worked out. I wrote down my goals for the day. I'm not worried about nothing that nobody say. I'm not worried about nothing that nobody do. I'm going to knock out A, B, C, D, and E. If that happens, my day is straight and in order, and I had a successful day. Not I picked up this picture and I got 200 likes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I say, I understand the whole aspect of where we done got to.
Yeah.
My whole thing is bringing it back another full circle to where it's like, okay, man, listen. Q saying, you know, and you can look at me however you want, but it's like Q is saying, okay, yeah, that ain't cool. It ain't cool no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool no more. It has become an issue to where that is what is most important to our community now, our generation, our era, our neighborhood. It's not cool no more. Let's stop it. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop it as a whole. Because the youth is watching, and they are who is next. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, another one, you know, we just gonna keep on going, another little small little list. I think this is big right now. I didn't even know nothing about this, but I think I heard it in the song, the V-Long tees. I thought they was called V-Long. When I Googled it, it's actually called V-Long, I believe. V-Long, I looked up a V-Long Friends black tee. It was a black tee with an orange V in the back of it. That bad boy, that's a t-shirt, was $270. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's another one to where it's like, dang. And I see people, I see multiple people wearing it. That's why I say, this is no knock to no one who has a V-Long tee. There was no knock to no one who has some Mary jeans. There's no knock to nobody who has Yeezy boots. No Yeezys. But my thing is, let's get away from, again, feeling like I need to have a V-Long tee in order to be up to par in today's society. If you have a V-Long tee, if you in college, if you don't have no, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But if you have priorities out here and your priorities ain't handled, your responsibilities ain't handled, why do you have a $270 t-shirt? You know what I'm saying? And that's just to be blunt. If ain't nobody gonna say it, Q gonna say it today. Why do you have a $270 t-shirt if your priorities is not handled as an adult. Whether that be I don't know if they have them in women, whether that be in me for a man or for a woman. If your priorities is not handled, why do you feel obligated to have a $270 Vuitton t-shirt? You know, and to put it up on IG to get 270 likes.
Or you might not even get that.
You might not, you know what I'm saying?
You might get less than that, and now you feeling.
Now you feel like but and that's what I'm saying. Let's get away from that.
Yeah, I better say because we living in an era where we worried about what everybody worried about, what other people think, feel, and whatever that may come with. So we got to keep up. You got to look good.
For sure.
I know that beyond just the whole financial thing, as a woman, you be on social media, you see all these pretty women with their nails always done, with their lashes always done, with their hair always done. So
but you heard what Drake said, and I don't even like Drake. You know, the light skin. You heard what he said though. What he
sweatpants, hair tied,
chilling with no makeup on. That's when you the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong. For all my women out there, for y'all need to know. He ain't lying. That's one thing that light skinned dude said. That's the truth. Us men, for real. Us men, we like our girls relaxed, chilling. For real, we like it when y'all all made up, did up, and all that. But nah, we want to see you regular, chilling, hair tied, sweatpants, all that. That's what we want to see.
What's your beef with him?
No, toes done. We do want to see you with your toes done. But yeah, we don't want to see all that, extra stuff, because it's like it's a mask. I feel like, no shout out, no knock to no woman, like I said, but no knock. But we like seeing. That's what we like to see, But as a woman, and maybe this is something that you can push, that I know you want to push, in the future. But teaching and getting away from that. Okay, yeah, I seen her looking pretty on there. I ain't pretty. Nah, y'all the queens. You know what I'm saying? Like we all, every single one of y'all are gods within y'all's own rights. And queens within y'all's own right, but it's about knowing that and understanding that and really believing that. You know what I'm saying? Can't no like define who you are as a person. Can't no like define how you really feel deep down inside. Can't no like define that. And as long as we continue living for them likes, we will never be self-satisfied.
And validation. So before you cut me off,
right?
And you're very passionate about everything that you're saying. I was just saying that as women, like we get on social media and we see these pretty women, or we see people with their nails done and hair done and all that all the time, and we just feel like I ain't getting on there if I don't look good. Like anytime a person see me, they gotta see me with my fresh bundles, my fresh Louis V bag, my fresh whatever.
That's next.
Well, Louis V bag.
Yeah, go ahead, keep going now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I feel like we get tied up in that, and that comes with the whole financial responsibility too. Because I know a lot of girls who probably they don't even have a savings account, but they have a Louis V bag.
But yes, but that's what we saying. That's what we here now to be like, what's cool? That ain't to try to educate however we can.
Shout out to my girls with the Louis V bags that can afford it.
For sure. But to your point, so Louis V purse, in which ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot. But I think so. The classic one for those, I looked that up, which is funny. I think it was like around 1,500 to 2,000. Like I say, which isn't an issue if your priorities is handled. But let's get away from it. I keep saying it. Let's get away from feeling like, okay, I got a Louis V bag. Let me pick this up. But let me not talk about what's really going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about I got this Louis V bag for 2,000, but ain't no assets in this Louis V bag. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no assets in it. So.
I just feel like when it comes to stuff like that, in just with anything, all the items that we're talking about, like we said, if you can afford it, so be it. But how I look at it is, if you can't buy it 2 or 3 times, or if you buy that and if I buy this, I'm down to this amount, which leaves you broke, it shouldn't be bought.
Man, if you buying it to put it on social media, you don't need it.
That's beyond social media though, baby. Some people are not buying stuff to put stuff on social media.
Right. So, for the most times, if you're not buying it to put it on social media, you probably can afford it. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. So you saying, hold on.
Yeah.
So you saying, hold on, this is gonna be a good conversation, and we talk about it in the comments. So you pretty much saying, if somebody buys something and they don't care to put it on social media. Most likely they can afford it.
What?
But if some people that buys it, they can't afford it, so that's why they put it on social media.
I'ma stand on that. For the most part, if you buying something and if you not worried about fronting it, if you not worried about flaunting it and putting it up and showing the world that means, in my opinion, I feel like for the most part, you doing it because that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? You doing it because you probably financially or have already handled your businesses, and now you are probably rewarding yourself. I feel like if I buy this item, already knowing I'm about to buy this and I'm about to put it on social media, I'm not saying 100% of the times it's because that you can't afford it or whatnot. And I don't even want to use that afford word. I'm saying, but probably you're not doing it for the right reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm about to say, baby, that's not true, because there's a lot of stuff that I post, from shoes to whatever I may post, that I can afford, and I put it on there. I ain't doing it because I can't afford it. I'm trying to prove myself. I'm doing it because I'm actually excited that I bought whatever. For
sure, but that's where it goes. But I'm, you know what? In social media 2021, keep the platform from Neighborhood Politics and YouTube, but end the whole, you know what I'm saying?
2021?
End it for 2020. 2021, let's go a whole year without it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see where we at.
Let's go a whole year without social media?
Yeah, let's see where we at with it. Another one that I looked up was, Gucci slides. You know, I remember Future made the song, you know, we ain't going to, because we going to keep this PG. But Gucci made this song, and then out of nowhere, that had became the most probably popular flip-flop I seen. When I was growing up, 15, 16, it was, if you had a pair of Nike flip-flops or Adidas, you was doing it. Like, I remember I loved I wore them till the whole thing broke off. But then it became, okay, Future made that and whatnot. And then it became Gucci's.
How
and
much
it's like
those Gucci slides?
The Gucci slides, they ranged. But the average one, the average one was $270. That was for the classic black and red and green Gucci slide.
Do you got some Gucci slides?
I do got some Gucci slides. I received them. I was gonna say that. I got some Gucci slides. I received them for as a graduation present, you know, and I'm super grateful for that. But
you want to spend?
I wouldn't have bought that for no slides. I'm buying some Nike slides and I'm calling it a day, you know. But to my point, if you can do that, do it. Reward yourself. Let's get away from doing things for the justification of other people, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where this whole thing of financial responsibility go, you know. Kodak started it, you know, shout out to Kodak, you know, free him. You know, I like them boys down there in Florida, but he started to spread. And out of nowhere,
spread what?
That's the spread when they put the spread, they put
on your hand,
and then boom, the whole world, now everything that, you know, at least for the males, whenever you scroll your IG or your Facebook or whatnot, you gonna see cats doing a spread. Bro, I don't want, you know, not me, I don't want to see your bread, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the players, the players, we don't, you know, it's cool. You know, you ain't got to show the spread, you know what I'm saying? Let Kodak do that or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? Let's grow past that to where, you know, the spread ain't it, you know, because at the end of the day, the youth thinking, okay, that's the cool thing to do. The youth thinking, if I ain't got this amount of money in my pocket, then I ain't it. And the youth thinking, okay, man, I seen such and such doing it. He was the big homie. I need to be doing it. Nah, bro. Like, listen to the cool guys. We call them the cool guys. Nah, that ain't it. The spread and all that, man, let's get away from that come 2021. Let's do better, you know. We ain't worried about that.
So not only are you saying get away from the stuff that, okay, but you also saying get away from flexing.
Let's get away from flexing, because at the end of the day, it has become an issue. You know, it's became a serious issue to where
some people might argue.
For sure, people going to argue.
No, I'm saying, like, I work hard for this.
For sure.
I want to show this.
For sure. But my thing is, why did it come to that? You know, like, it's a deep issue that I feel like we need to talk about on how did it come to, I need to show the world that I got 10 bands. I need to show the world I got 5 bands cash. You know what I'm saying? Like who cares? And for the guys, you know, that's doing it for the female, this is to be true, you know, the girls is going to go for who they want to go for.
Oh, okay.
As a female, I'm sure you can, that's the truth. Whether that spread is 10 bands, 20 bands, 5 bands, they gonna use you for what they want to use you for, and they gonna go for who they want to go for, and go home with who they want to go home to. You know what I'm saying? So, man, let's get away from that, and cause now all that is now Cass is looking at you. Now the haters, now the ones that's plotting is looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the haters that when you ain't posting the spread, gonna be like, oh, such and such ain't got it no more. He ain't quit even giving people the power to be, oh, he was posting for 20 days straight the spread. Now he ain't posting no more. What happened to the spread? You know what I'm saying?
Because I think that's the issue. Like you just said, like, I don't know what you're trying to say all about the females wing. Now I'm messing with you.
Nah.
But, a lot of times, you know, we wonder why certain things happen to us, or, you know, even just getting robbed or anything, when you're not realizing that you're causing a lot of that stuff on yourself. Like how you were just saying, you showing the spread, you showing your money, you say you don't want to go digger woman, but then that's what you're attracting because that's what you're showing. Or you saying that you want to lay low, and you saying that guys ain't hating on you, but you causing people to hate on you because there's some people out here who don't have it. So they see the spread, guess what? Now I'm salty because now I don't got it, and I see you, and when I get a chance to get to you, I'm gonna get to you.
Or now when I get the spread, I'm gonna post my spread, and then now the next person, when they see your spread, they gonna post their spreads. It's a never-ending process of, now I want to be the next one to show that I got 10 bands. I want to be the next one to show I got 10.
So what would you say to somebody that feel like that's motivational purposes? Like, that motivated me. Like
that for sure. And that's a good question. Honestly, if you feel like that motivated you, then I support it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like that, if you feel like such and such posted his spread, and then you feel like you needed to post your spread, and you did it solely because you was highly motivated, and your caption say, P.S. Holly was motivated, such and such. Yeah, such and such. But right. Shout out to, you know, tell the youth, you know, work on getting yours. Boom, boom, boom. My whole thing is, let's get away from doing things with the intent on only doing it to justify or feel like we are to be accepted from the generation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you did it because you was motivated and something motivated you, then that's cool. But if you did it to try to keep up and to feel like, okay, I needed to do this to be justified, or that now I got my 10 bands, let me show it, then that ain't being financially responsible.
I think your thing is like knowing where people's heart is and their intent. And I think for just as a grown woman in general, when it comes to whatever we talk about, you got to understand that everybody ain't got the right heart,
for sure,
or they don't have the right intent,
for sure,
for a lot of the things. So I guess we can say, or we can push from this point forward, is just always make sure that your intentions are pure, clear, and
for sure,
pure. Because if whatever you want, you can go get it if you got it. You know, we talking about being responsible and prioritizing. And not only that, like I just said, somebody posts a spread or whatever, you may see somebody that you grew up with that may post a car and money, and now that their account, I don't know, I'm just giving you an example, and that motivated you.
For sure.
So you moving off of that. I think for you, it's just all about your intent and what you...
Being financially responsible and us maturing as a whole. That's all it's about for me, you know, moving forward. And that's something I feel like as females, y'all can push on us as males. And as males, it's something that we can start trying to push on females, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a lot of things that males do, we want, you know, the validation from females, we want the attention, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of women, you know, y'all do things because y'all want the attention. So as a whole, I feel like we just need to do better in general, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about the whole situation. But, you know, like, so... to sum everything up, man, when it comes to financially being responsible right now, come 2020 and this era, you know, I would love for anyone who has any questions further on credit, because, you know, we ain't spend a lot of time on that. You know, to hit any inbox, to drop the comments, anything about assets versus liabilities, man. Don't feel, you know, don't shy away. Don't feel free to reach out, you know what I'm saying? Because what I know, what she know, if I don't have an answer for you, I'm gonna work with you to try and get it, you know, because chances is I'm gonna want to know, you know. It's a good question.
And once again, shout out to Dorian Doe.
Yeah, he gonna come.
He's gonna be somebody that we bring forth to talk about credit And like you said, if you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to ask, because that's what we here for. Like,
for sure.
We ain't perfect, so just as well as we teach y'all, we gonna be learning ourselves.
For sure.
Stuff that we didn't know, and ways to boss our lives up as a whole.
And that's why I say, so like again, to sum everything up, man, like it was a disclaimer. Put that disclaimer back again. But man, this ain't no knock on nobody individually. This ain't no knock on not one single person. This is about our community, our society, our air, you know, because I love black people, you know what I'm saying? And I want us to be the kings and queens, the gods that we really are, you know? And that comes with a lot of learning. That comes with a lot of self-educating and all that within our own self. So,
and what Herbo say, accountability.
Accountability, you know? So, like I said, like, man, I feel like, you know, if any questions is to be asked or anything like that, just reach out. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. Please drop a comment. Please like and subscribe. And let us know what you think. Let us know if it's anything that y'all want to hear in the future. Shout out to the giveaways that we got in the near future for the kids. I'm also going to do a subscriber giveaway as well. I'm going to figure that out because y'all are super appreciative. You know, appreciate it. So, you know, shout out to y'all. Peace and love. You know, Neighborhood Politics with another episode. See y'all next time.